I've been playing Minecraft for almost 15 years. In the first season, I built up a lovely town called Firefly Falls, but now the time has come to begin a new adventure. We've got a new update with new weapons, new mobs, and there's a new building style I want to try out. If you're excited for this journey to begin, be sure to drop a like. But without further ado, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Python's World Season 2. I'm so hyped to begin this brand new season of Python's World. So, without further ado, let's not dilly-dally. Let's get straight into the world, and let's make a bit of a start on grabbing ourselves the basics. Here we are. Welcome to the Season 2 area of Python's World. What we have here is a sparse jungle clearing entirely surrounded by a mangrove swamp. And I'm sure you'd agree, this is a pretty extraordinary looking place, isn't it? So then, time to punch a tree with our bare fists. And while we make a start here, let's go over just a little bit of housekeeping. The first thing I need to mention is there is a pretty big twist for this season, in that what we're going to be doing is not allowing ourselves access to swords or bows. I always feel like I go straight for swords and bows in all of my Let's Plays. So, for the sake of having a little bit more variety, and also for the sake of testing the brand new spear weapons that were added very, very recently, I thought it would be a fun idea to just completely ban swords and bows for this season. So in terms of ranged weaponry we can use, we literally only have, what, the crossbow? I guess you could consider the trident to be like a melee slash ranger weapon hybrid though, right? But anyways, talking of melee weapons, what we have access to, if not using a sword, is stuff like the trident, the brand new spears, and of course, the good old mace. Now, the good thing with the brand new spears is you can make them out of all the same materials you can make swords and pickaxes out of. As you can see, we've got ourselves a wooden spear, 1.54 attack speed and only 1 attack damage. So yeah, this isn't going to do a great deal of damage, but we should be able to slap dudes around pretty quickly. The next thing I wanted to mention is if you're interested in grabbing this world seed for yourselves, it will be listed in the description down below, and on screen are the coordinates for where I've set up in case you want to play alongside me here. So just a few other little things I wanted to rattle off. Number one, if you're interested in catching up on the things that we did in Season 1, the series playlist will be on screen and in the description down below if you fancy catching up. Next up, the comment of the day segment is continuing, but of course, since this is episode 1, there are none. So if you do have any comments, suggestions, or questions, the questions can be about whatever you please, really. It doesn't even necessarily have to be about Minecraft or YouTube. It can be whatever you want. So yeah, if you have any comments, feedback, or suggestions, leave them in the comments area down below, and you'll have a chance of yours being used and your name shouted out in the next episode. The final thing to mention, and it is a pretty big one, we've got ourselves 3 major goals we need to achieve in Season 2 here before I allow myself access to my old Season 1 gear and items. The first goal is to go ahead and explore every type of lootable structure in the game. So that's going to be everything from treasure chests to shipwrecks to ancient cities to end cities. And I'm also going to include structures where you brush the suspicious sand and gravel to get loot. So that's going to include things like trail ruins. The second goal is probably arguably the easiest one, and that is simply to obtain all weapons in this game aside from a sword and bow. Talking of weapons, I've just remembered you could totally use an axe as a weapon, can't you? Oh my goodness me, how did I forget about that? And the final goal I have here for Season 2 is a simple one, but it's a very, very big one. We're going to try to fill up all of the space in this clearing here with various different builds, thus forming another settlement over time. So there we are, my friends. Lots to be done in Season 2. I really do hope that those goals and the setting here and the little survival twist I have put on myself this season, I really do hope all of those have got you excited. If you are, and you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you dropped a like. And if you don't want to miss out on my future content, you're gonna want to subscribe to the channel because these episodes will be rolling out daily to kick off Season 2 nice and strong. Oh, good grief, I have yapped my way all the way to nighttime. We've already got dudes trying to roll up on us here. Yeah, that's right. Get axed to death, son. So then, in terms of a plan for an episode 1 house, I do have one. I've been planning it in a creative test world. And basically, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to grab ourselves a ton of mangrove wood and a ton of bamboo. Oh, I'm sorry, sheeples, but I'm gonna need your wool for a little bit of bed action. Aha! There we are. Third bit of wool obtained. I just need to hope that I haven't culled down the number of sheep too much to the point where there's no longer, like, at least a breeding pair around here. It is not looking good on that front. Have I just completely ridded all of the sheep that existed in this clearing here? Oh dear. Yeah, that's not good, is it? Well, let's go to sleep. Let's get rid of this nighttime and let's get rid of all of the baddies that were following me around just then. I should mention, by the way, that for the start of Season 2 here, I've actually gone ahead and used the set world spawn command. So even if I do die and I haven't set my spawn at a bed, I will still respawn around here and not way back at 0-0. When we complete all of our Season 2 goals, that'll be the point in which I set the world spawn back to 0-0. But for now, I want to sort of stick around this area because it's just awesome, isn't it? Just having a little bit of a nom-nom on an apple, and now I'm going to give this spear a bit of a go. Apparently, these have a further reach than other melee weapons, and yeah, I would say that that is indeed the case. That's kind of cool. Blimey, Riley, though. The 1 attack damage, though. It's a bit lacking, that, isn't it? And yeah, look at that. We've already used up like quarter of the durability of this thing. So for this spider, I think I want to check out the right-click attack. So we do right-click and then... Oh, nothing. What if I do right-click and then... Oh, whoa, okay. Something happened then. I gotta be honest, I don't actually know what I did just then. Right-click, click, okay, sort of. Oh, okay, very cool. Does the damage come after the animation? I can't really tell. Do you know what? I think I'm doing this entirely wrong. I think you have to walk forwards. Yeah, you walk forwards towards them, as if you're jousting them. Ah. Do you know what? As new weapons and ways to use weapons go in Minecraft, that's pretty cool. You can literally joust enemies. I've just realized something. You use swords to chop down bamboo really quickly, right? But what if you're a crazy person like me and you've banned yourself from using swords? Am I really gonna have to just punch down the bamboo like this for every single one of them? The amount of time this takes definitely isn't gonna pile up, right? Alright, remind me, Minecraft, how many bits of bamboo do I need for a block of bamboo? Is it 4 or is it 9? It's 9. Oh my goodness me. Okay, so for every 9 bamboo, we essentially get 2 bamboo planks. Bit of a poor conversion rate, that, but I'm willing to put the time in, because what I have planned for my episode 1 house is unlike anything I think I've ever done before in Minecraft. If you're one of the folks who have been crying out for me to try different build styles, this episode is gonna be for you. Can you see him, my friends? Can you see him? Oh, that's not dangerous at all now, is it? Your boy doesn't have a shield, so the chances of me being able to take that guy down without dying, it's a bit on the low side. Is someone going to tell me what on earth is going on with that guy's banner? Oh, wait, no, it's just sort of loaded back. Oh, what the? Oh, my word. This guy wants to try it on, does he? All right. Right, let him shoot his arrow and then do a little bit of a jab. Okay. Okay, let him shoot and do a jab. Run away and jab. So far, so good. All right, that's 4 jabs. 5 jabs. Come on now. 6 jabs. Wow. These wooden spears really are kind of poo. Ooh, okay, so I've got the banner and I've got a bad omen bottle. Bad omen 2. It really would have been quite something, though, if we got ourselves a crossbow from the very first pillager we killed, huh? Unfortunately, it was not to be. But you know what did happen there? I managed to take down that pillager without taking a single shred of damage. And with that, I'm going to sleep. Feeling nice and content. Oh, hang on a minute. We were going on about how there weren't any sheep around here. There's one there, and there's a grey one there. We didn't wipe out the sheep population from this area. Thank goodness for that. You really think you're gonna get the better of me, do you? Not at all, sunshine. Yeah, suck on that, creeper brother. So before we get on with making our episode 1 house, I feel like some gear upgrades are in order. Oh, hello. Is that the beginnings of a cave system? Looks like it. Oh, there's lava down here. Interesting. But yeah, let's get to work on grabbing ourselves a whole bunch of resources. We've got coal around here. We've got stone around here. We've got copper around here. Oh, copper spear before the end of today's episode. That could be a fairly decent way to go, right? For now, though, let's grab ourselves a furnace, then a smoker. Let's finally grab ourselves a food source so we can regen our health. We're going to make ourselves a stone pickaxe, and with that we're going to pick up a bunch of this copper here. Oh, well, would you look at that? Even more copper there, and even more even still up there. Lovely cooked mutton. Finally, we can start regenerating our health. I am no longer the 4-heart warrior. I wonder if we could get ourselves enough copper for a full set of copper armor, as well as copper tools and weaponry. I mean, it looks like it, doesn't it? 24 is the amount we need for a full set of armor, and we have gone very, very far beyond that. The crazy thing is, so far as I know, we literally only need 1 copper ingot, and there we are. 2 attack damage, 1.18 attack speed. So compared to the wooden spear, it's got a slower attack speed, but more damage. It's probably worth mentioning that this is actually the first ever time I'm properly experimenting with and using copper gear. When all of the copper gear was added in the Copper Age update, I'd already gotten to the point in Season 1 where I'd got netherite armor. So I just didn't see a reason to really use copper gear. But here we are at the start of the game, and yeah, the copper is offering an alternate way to go gear-wise. Oh, now this is interesting. If we went for the stone spear instead of the copper one, we'd actually have the same amount of damage, but a slightly faster speed. Maybe we should make a stone spear as well and give that a bit of a go. In terms of the amount of damage the various copper gear does versus stone, a lot of it is pretty much exactly the same. 3 attack damage, 3 attack damage, 9 attack damage with the axe, 9 attack damage with the stone axe. But yeah, in terms of armor, there's no stone armor, but there is copper armor. And so far as I know, this provides more protection than leather does, but less than chain and iron does, or something like that. I've got to be honest, I'm not actually entirely sure. But yeah, copper armor is better than no armor, right? And arguably, I would argue at this point that it's probably the easiest obtainable armor at the start of your Minecraft playthrough. Only when you think about it, iron ore doesn't give you more than 1 iron item without fortune, does it? Whereas copper does. So yeah, copper gear is actually kind of amazing in that sense. So here we go. Copper axe, copper shovel, and a copper pickaxe. So with our gear upgraded nicely, it is finally time to begin work on our episode 1 house. And the water body you see behind me, sort of in the corner, backing onto that mangrove biome, that is going to be the location where we set up our episode 1 house. And it's gonna be a house on stilts. So what that means for us is we're gonna need to go for a serious choppity chop sesh with all of these trees here, although not jungle trees. It's bamboo and mangrove we're looking for more than anything. So let's begin on an epic chop sesh. Despite having chopped up quite a lot of the mangrove biome here, I still don't think I've got enough wood to get this episode 1 house complete. But hey, it is what it is. If we need to get more, then we need to get more. So what I've just placed down here is actually the back corner of the base. I'm going to be needing myself quite a lot of mangrove stairs and also some bamboo slabs, stairs and fences. What I also need is this chest so I can put a bunch of stuff away because, oh my goodness me, do I have a lot of garbage on me. Question, how do you make the mosaic bamboo planks? Is it kind of similar to chiseled stone in that you need to make slabs and then you do a little bit of that? Yeah, bamboo mosaic. Then, as you can see, we've got some new recipes coming out of that. We can make ourselves bamboo mosaic slabs and stairs. We're going to go for the slabs because they are going to form the floor of my base. All right, folks, slowly but surely, I am making some progress on my episode 1 house here. Just need to make sure the stilts go all the way down into the ground, so there's a little bit of realism injected into this thing. Up at the top here, we're going to start slapping down some bamboo fences. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get this bad boy placed down and we are going to make ourselves a bunch of bamboo slabs. And essentially, those bamboo slabs I've placed down, they form like an exterior walkway that will be surrounding the actual house itself. Alrighty, folks, a little bit of a progress update. I've been working on the floor inside the actual build itself, and what I've decided to go for here was a checkerboard pattern alternating between the bamboo mosaic slabs and the regular bamboo slabs. So this one would be a mosaic one, this is a regular one, mosaic, and so on and so forth. And you know what? I think it's a really nice looking texture we got going on here as a result. What isn't so nice though is we are down to our last mangrove log. Turns out we are absolutely nowhere near the amount of mangrove logs I need for this build. So, I'm sorry mangrove biome, but I'm gonna have to chop you down even further still. Oh, also bamboo. I need a heck of a lot more bamboo. And it turns out the axes will break bamboo faster than you using your fists. It's just not as fast as using a sword. Talking of resource gathering, one of the other things I need for this build is brown stained glass pane. So why don't we grab ourselves a bunch of sand and then we can set that to smelt while we grab ourselves the other resources we need. Yeah, how about that for maximizing productivity, huh? It's a good thing we settled down in a sparse jungle biome, eh, folks? Because as a result, we have easy access to brown stained glass, which is exactly what we're needing in our episode 1 house. The reason I went for brown is because I just felt like it was the color that best suited the color palette we got going on here. It's a very subtle color though, isn't it? Very subtle indeed, but as a result, I think it works an absolute treat around here. I really do. All right, folks, check it out. I now have a proper way of getting up to our episode 1 base. And in terms of a progress update, things are looking good. It's a very red, brown, and yellow build, isn't it? But you know what? I feel like it ties into the surroundings quite nicely. I just love the fact that it's a house on stilts. It is a style of build I either have never gone with before or I very, very rarely go with. But ultimately, I really like how it looks. I think we've got something quite good going on here. We've got ourselves a nice exterior balcony going on. We can walk all the way around it. If we wanted to go one further, bother with making our balcony feel nice and homely, how about we go ahead and place down a little bit of a chair so we can enjoy the view of the mangrove? And then, yeah, we can go ahead and put another one just over here. Maybe in place of the signs, what I could have is maybe another log, and then upon that log, it sits a flower pot. I mean, I am the self-proclaimed flower pot king of Minecraft. It makes sense, right, to have a bunch of flower pots around? So at this point, folks, all that's left to do is to get a proper roof on this thing, and then we can work on some little decorative bits and bobs to wrap up the house. So there we are, my friends. We've got ourselves a nice basic roof on my house here, and I decided to line the edge of the roof with a bunch of trapdoors. I thought that was a nice way of offering, like, a little bit of an overhang, a little bit of protection from the weather, if you will. But yeah, it's looking very, very good, isn't it, this house? If we were to press this button, we can go in. We've got ourselves automatic doors in the way of pressure plates on the floor. And on the inside here, apologies for the darkness, but yeah, we've got ourselves some trapdoors here and there, and just a whole bunch of little sort of cubby spaces upon which we could place down some storage chests, maybe some barrels. So let's have ourselves a little bit of a snooze, and then I'm gonna get to work on decorating this place. Doesn't clay generate more often in mangrove swamps? I always thought that was the case. Maybe I just need to head into the biome a little bit more. Maybe I'll spot some clay that way. Aha! I mean, it's only 2 blocks of clay, but it's a start. Oh yeah, found a whole bunch more clay. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Do you know what I've just remembered, my friends? We have access to copper nuggets now, right? Can you guess where I'm going with this? Well, if I was to pop in here and into these furnaces where I've got a bunch of charcoal on the go, if I was to make myself a bunch of torches, then pop into the crafting table, I should be able to make myself... wait, where's the copper lanterns? Or are they something where I just have to do a little bit of that? Wait, how do you make copper lanterns? Oh, do you know what? It's copper torches first, isn't it? Well, I rather messed that up, didn't I? But thankfully, I've got some charcoal remaining, so I should still be able to make myself some copper torches. And there we are, I've got 16 of them. And here we are with the copper lanterns. Oh, snappers. So, copper lantern there. Copper lantern there. We should definitely try to get some lighting over here. Maybe one there. Maybe one there. Do the same around here. Then on the interior here, I'm thinking... Ooh, I don't know. Maybe we chuck a block there with a lantern dangling off like that. And I tell you what, maybe just a couple of lanterns just out the front here as well. Dude, I gotta tell you, I am really, really liking the look of the episode 1 base here. It looks so nice, doesn't it? I just love that we have finally branched out into other color palettes aside from just like oak wood, birch wood, cobblestone, that kind of thing. We've got mangrove, we've got bamboo, we've got copper lanterns. So do you know what? On that happy and successful note, it is time to wrap up today's episode. I really do hope you folks have enjoyed today's video. If you have, I'd really appreciate it if you'd consider dropping a like if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to ding that bell if you don't want to miss out on my future content. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you folks in the next episode. Bye-bye!